Welcome to a new video from the Color Vistas brand. Today, we're going to explore an important question for anyone interested in printing. What is the difference between sublimation ink and regular ink? If you've ever wondered why sublimation ink is needed for certain projects and how it differs from standard inks used in everyday printers, this video is for you. Let's break down everything you need to know about these two types of ink, from how they work to their specific uses. Let's get started. So, what is sublimation ink? First, let's talk about what sublimation ink is and why it's special. Sublimation ink is a specialized dye-based ink used in sublimation printing, a process where the ink turns from a solid into a gas without going through the liquid phase. The ink is then infused into materials like polyester fabrics, ceramics, and specially coated surfaces through a heat press. Because sublimation ink bonds with the material at a molecular level, the result is a permanent, vibrant design that won't fade, crack, or peel over time. It's the go-to ink for creating durable, high-quality prints on a wide range of substrates. Now, what is regular ink? On the other hand, regular ink refers to the types of ink typically used in standard inkjet printers. These can include both dye-based and pigment-based inks. Dye-based ink. This is the most common type of ink used in home printers. It's water-soluble, which makes it good for general use on paper. However, it's not water-resistant, meaning prints can smear if exposed to moisture. Pigment-based ink. Pigment inks contain small particles suspended in a liquid. These inks are more resistant to fading and are often used for professional printing jobs, especially where longevity is important, such as photo printing. Great! Let's move on. How do sublimation ink and regular ink work? The key difference between sublimation ink and regular ink is how they interact with the materials they are printed on. Sublimation ink. Sublimation ink goes through a chemical process during the heat transfer. It turns into gas when heated and binds with the polyester or coated substrate at the molecular level. This results in a design that is embedded into the surface rather than sitting on top of it. Regular ink. Regular ink, whether dye-based or pigment-based, sits on top of the paper or fabric. With regular inkjet printing, the ink soaks into the material, making it prone to fading or smearing, especially when exposed to moisture or frequent handling. So, where can you use sublimation ink? Sublimation ink is highly versatile but works best on certain materials. Here are the ideal surfaces for sublimation. Polyester fabrics. Sublimation is perfect for printing on polyester or polyester-coated fabrics. It's widely used in the apparel industry for sportswear, uniforms, and custom t-shirts. Sublimation-ready items. Sublimation works on various hard surfaces that have been pre-coated for sublimation, such as mugs, keychains, and photo panels. The sublimation coating ensures the ink bonds properly with the material. Home decor and accessories. Sublimation is also popular for creating custom decor like pillows, blankets, and curtains, as long as the fabric is polyester-based. Next up, where can you use regular ink? Regular ink, on the other hand, is more flexible for everyday printing tasks. Paper. Regular ink is designed for paper products, everything from documents to photos. Dye-based inks are best for printing vibrant colors on standard or glossy paper, while pigment-based inks are better for archival prints and professional photos. Fabric printing. While regular ink can be used on fabric, especially with the help of transfer paper, the results are not as durable as sublimation. The ink may fade after washing or regular use, making it less ideal for clothing or textiles that are washed frequently. Let's talk about durability and longevity. One of the biggest differences between sublimation ink and regular ink is durability. Sublimation ink is far more resilient in terms of longevity, as the design is actually part of the material. Sublimation ink. Durability. Sublimation prints are long-lasting, resistant to fading, and can withstand washing without peeling or cracking. This is why sublimation is used for custom apparel, drinkware, and other items that will be handled or washed regularly. Regular ink. Durability. While regular ink is great for everyday use on paper, it is less durable on fabrics or hard surfaces. Regular ink prints can fade over time and are not resistant to moisture unless coated with a sealant or laminated. What about color and vibrancy? Both sublimation and regular inks can produce vibrant colors, but there are some differences. Sublimation ink. Colors. Sublimation ink offers bright, vivid colors that are locked into the fabric or item during the heat transfer process. Since sublimation inks turn into gas, they create smooth, continuous tones that are ideal for photographic or highly detailed prints. Regular ink colors. Dye-based regular inks are also capable of producing bright colors, especially on glossy paper. However, they tend to fade faster, especially when exposed to light or moisture. Pigment-based inks are more fade-resistant, but may not be as vibrant as sublimation inks on certain surfaces. How about cost considerations? When deciding between sublimation ink and regular ink, cost is another important factor to consider. Sublimation. Ink costs. Sublimation ink is typically more expensive than regular ink due to the specialized nature of the printing process. Additionally, you'll need a printer designed for sublimation, or one that can be converted for sublimation ink use. Regular ink costs. Regular printer inks are generally less expensive and widely available. You won't need any specialized equipment to use them, which makes regular ink more cost-effective for everyday printing tasks. Now, let's address a question. Can you switch between sublimation and regular ink? One question that comes up often is whether you can switch between sublimation and regular ink in the same printer. The answer is, not easily. If you've been using sublimation ink in your printer, you'll need to thoroughly clean the printer to remove all traces of the sublimation ink before switching to regular ink. Sublimation ink has different properties than regular ink, and mixing the two can lead to poor print quality or even damage to the printer. It's best to dedicate a printer to one type of ink and avoid switching back and forth. Great. It's time. For final thoughts, sublimation. Ink versus regular ink. In conclusion, sublimation ink and regular ink are both valuable, but they serve different purposes. Sublimation ink is ideal for vibrant, long-lasting prints on polyester fabrics and sublimation-ready surfaces, while regular ink is great for everyday paper printing and photos. Understanding the differences between these inks will help you choose the right one for your project and get the best possible results. Thanks for watching this video. I hope this breakdown of sublimation ink and regular ink helps you understand when and where to use each type of ink for your projects. Be sure to check the links in the description for recommended sublimation products where applicable, and visit my website for more guides and resources. See link in the description. Please consider liking my video and subscribing to my channel. See you in the next video.